Air America Radio presents Politically Direct with David Bender.
I mean, do you have any idea how important this was to me? Do you have any clue?
Your heart is not open.
Hey, welcome back. This is Send Out the Clowns. Rachel Maddow and David Bender, your fearless co-captains here this evening in our marathon of election night coverage.
And the clowns are on their way out the door.
Well,
and don't let it hit them on the way out. No, there's some real clown exit music playing here. And welcome back. Well, election night last November had to have been one of the best experiences of everything I've done here at Air America Radio, and in no small part, it was because I got to share that night with the best broadcaster in America, my friend Rachel Maddow. We did 7 hours together that night, and this had to have been one of the high points of that unforgettable evening. We are now able to say that the Ohio Senate seat has switched from Republican to Democrat. Mike DeWine will no longer be a senator from Ohio. Rick Santorum has just conceded. We're going to have sound from that in just a moment.
No, we do have sound
of that
right
now. Rick Santorum conceding in Pennsylvania.
Just a few minutes ago, I called the new senator-elect from Pennsylvania, Bob Casey, and wished him all of ours very best to him in his new role.
Rick Santorum giving part of his concession speech, losing his Pennsylvania Senate seat to Bob Casey Jr. Apparently, he was speaking to one very upset person. That one lady.
You can hear in the background, no!
Just the one.
Don't
just the one person.
Say it ain't so, Rick. Say it ain't so, Rick. Joining us now by telephone from a secure, undisclosed location, Dr. Rachel Maddow. Welcome back to Politically Direct.
Oh, Bendy, how are you?
Oh, I'm a little melancholy. You know, wasn't that an album, Melancholy, and the Smashing Pumpkins? I think that's your generation, not mine. But what was it? Wasn't it interesting? I don't remember anything that happened on election night. When I went back to hear those clips, did you even remember that we went no together?
No, you know, when you played those clips, listening to them, it's just like, it's all flooding back to me. That night was so emotional, and we were on the air for so long, but so little of it actually, the moments of it stuck with me, because it was just the sense of how important the overall tide was that night. All of the little individual moments got lost. It's so nice to hear them again.
It is, actually, and if you want, I'm playing all 7 hours at my house next week, so come on over. I've got the popcorn. Rachel, you know, it's interesting. Before Politically Direct, there was The Word. And before The Word, there was a show called Campaign Countdown.
Yeah.
For those people who have memories that are longer than 5 minutes, you and I, and it was one of my favorite experiences ever. You and I, before an election that turned out very differently from the one we were just talking about, the 2004 election, the last 5 Sundays before the election, the 5 Sundays in October, you and I did a show together called Campaign Countdown, which was really the precursor to what would become Politically Direct. Do you remember that?
Well, of course. You know, out of all of the shows that I have done at Air America, and I was Unfiltered, and I was the 5 a.m. Rachel Maddow show, and I was the 7 a.m. Rachel Maddow show, and now I'm the 6 p.m. Rachel Maddow show, and I've done all of these other things. I still feel like the best broadcasting that I've ever done ever on the air anywhere is what we did together on Campaign Countdown. I still think that's the best work that I have ever done. And it was such an important time, and being able to do a kind of weekly roundup show at that point in history, and in that point in Air America history, was utterly momentous for me, and I'm so proud of that work that we did. And I don't know how we recapture that, because it's partly, I think, that we're good together, but it's partly that it was that time, and it was how important that time was. I mean, maybe leading up to 2008, we can revive it, Dave.
Well, I'm there in a heartbeat, and you know that. I know you've got to catch a plane. I am really grateful that you were part of this evening, because you've been a part of everything I've done at Air America, and it has meant an inordinate amount to me. And I'm getting all verklempt, which is really, I'm not supposed to get verklempt. I've still got a show to do. You can get on an airplane, and you can read a magazine.
I can cry into my beer with the person next to me.
There you go. And she is a doctor of mixology, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be very clear. Rachel Maddow, thank you.
David,
I love you.
All the best. I love you too, David. All the best.
Safe flight. I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
And that is the best broadcaster in America, my friends. And we are very lucky to be watching the beginning of her career. These 3 years at Air America, I am telling you, 5 years from now, everyone in America will not only know Rachel Maddow, they will have forgotten Katie Couric. Sorry, Katie.